Dave promised they'd be careful with it.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Right through the shoe.
The Neighborhood, new episode CBS tonight.
This is my friend. He's a legal genius.
In the first new bull of the year, how could this newlywed couple commit a crime on their honeymoon?
Someone is setting him up.
If it wasn't you, who was it?
New year, new bull. CBS tonight.
They say you should always listen to your heart. And where better to do that than the island of Ireland? After all, your heart is the best compass there is. So get out there and fill your heart with the stuff that keeps it beating. Fill your heart with Ireland.
At Middlesex Health, we're doing more to make healthcare better for you, with more personal attention to get you back to your best. And more of today's most innovative, life-saving treatments. We're bringing more second chances to communities throughout central Connecticut and the shoreline. And finding more ways to treat every member of your family like a member of ours. Together, it all adds up to the new Middlesex Health. Today's smarter choice for care.
Chris Pratt engaged. Details on his romantic proposal to Katherine Schwarzenegger. Plus, Meghan Markle's due date and new drama surrounding the Duchess. Next, ET. Tonight at 7:30 on Channel 3.
Rich's parents know he's out tonight because he drove his Hyundai with Blue Link technology. That texts his parents whenever he drives farther, faster, or later than he should. His parents got the message. Now, so will he. The Hyundai Elantra and Sonata. The longer you look, the more there is to like.
Lease a 2019 Sonata for only $159 a month. Or get up to $2,000 in total savings. Hurry, offers end January 31st.
Right now at Burger King, get your favorite sandwich plus fries and a drink with the $5 meal deal. Get the Whopper sandwich, the crispy chicken sandwich, or spicy crispy chicken sandwich plus fries and a drink with the $5 meal deal. Only at Burger King.
Boating fun under the sun. The Hartford Boat Show at a brand new location. Boats for every budget. Thousands of accessories. Reduced sales tax on boats, trailers, and motors. January 17th through the 20th at the new Expo Center at Mohegan Sun. HartfordBoatShow.com.
Now, Channel 3 early warning weather with meteorologist Mark Dixon.
So we have not one, but two chances for snow this week.
Yes, and we'll get to those eventually, but I want to talk about that big ball of gas in the sky because we're seeing more daylight, you know,
you
each
speak
and every
of the
day.
sun?
The sun, isn't it great?
Love it.
You can see the difference, though, now, which is nice.
And since the winter solstice, we've already gained 20 minutes, so pretty nice. Today we had a total of 9 hours and 27 minutes of potential possible daylight. By the end of the month, we're going to see a total of 10 hours, so that's an increase of 33 minutes from today. So
I love it. Accentuate the positive.
Yes, we're excited about that. So, and we will see ample sunshine as we head through the next several days. Quiet weather with temperatures by Wednesday warming close to 40, then trending about 10 degrees colder on Thursday. Round one is a weaker system coming in Thursday night, early Friday. Initially snow over to rain and a wintry mix by Friday morning. So this could certainly have an impact on the Friday morning commute, but then partial clearing thereafter. Temperatures top out in the mid-30s. Then the upcoming weekend, most of Saturday during the daylight hours should be okay. Clouds increase. It's Saturday evening, Saturday night that at the onset we're talking about snow, but then all dependent upon how a storm system that has yet to even develop, how it tracks will dictate the type of precipitation we see going forward in time over the second half of the weekend. So right now everything's on the table. We could see it from snow to an icy mix to even a cold rain and then potentially ending as snow by later Sunday evening. And then Monday of next week we're in the 20s and windy. For shoreline highs as we head through the coming days, peaking at around 43 on Wednesday, trending colder again on Thursday, near 40 Friday, and then trending colder again through the upcoming weekend into MLK Junior Monday. So here is a look at Futurecast. We'll start you off at 7 o'clock on Saturday morning. A mostly cloudy start to the day, and this is looking at the GFS, the American model here. So as we head towards 7 o'clock, the blue, of course, representing the snow, making its way toward the region. But by, say, 7 a.m. Sunday morning, notice how that transition line, the rain has made its way pretty far inland. So as we move forward in time on Sunday, after going over to some rain or that icy mix, we're going to be going perhaps back over to snow by Sunday 11 p.m. So that's just one computer model's opinion, and these are updated multiple times during the day. So there's going to be a lot of uncertainty given that we're still 6 days out. So you want to stay with us. Of course, we'll keep you updated. Here's the European model take on the situation. Again, starting the day, limited sunshine early, but by, say, 7 p.m., notice the snow all across southern New England. And then as we head toward daybreak on Sunday, again, rain all the way north of the Mass Pike before perhaps ending as some snow later in the day on Sunday. So we'll keep you updated as we head forward in time. In the meantime, no issues tonight or for the next couple of days. Our iCam view from Windsor Locks showing a pretty quiet evening underway there. Similar scene, dry roads all across the state. Looking live from Waterbury. Temperatures in the mid and upper 20s inland, close to 30 along the shoreline. A little bit of a breeze out there, of course, makes it feel just a bit chillier. Wind chill values in the teens and lower 20s. Throughout the Northeast, not too much happening, of course. Right now, high pressure is in control. So as we run down the clock tomorrow in Futurecast, sunshine to start, a few clouds mix in through the afternoon with highs tomorrow 30 to 35 inland, mid-30s along the 95 corridor. So on our 3-day forecast, once we get past tomorrow again, Wednesday, another dry day, slightly milder, 40 or better. Then on Thursday, trending colder, albeit though with a lot of sunshine, highs in the lower 30s. And then that next first system, I should say, comes in Thursday night into early Friday.
All right, thank you, Mark. As we have seen, so many families are suffering as the government shutdown is taking its toll, particularly on Coast Guard members and their families here in Connecticut.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter David McKay spoke with some of those families today.
When you do this job and you love your country, and then your country is not thinking of you and taking care of you and supporting you, that just weighs on all of them.
U.S. Coast Guard families stood next to Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro as she announced what's being done to help them at the Sound School in New Haven.
Because of this shutdown, at least 160 members of the Coast Guard in Connecticut are furloughed.
The Coast Guard, operating under the Department of Homeland Security, is the only branch of the military not being paid for their ongoing operations.
I wish people would understand that it's not just the active duty Coast Guard being affected, it's the families. I am a mother of 3, 2 who are special needs, who require weekly visits to Yale, who require monthly medication, and we are unsure how we will be able to pay.
DeLauro is co-sponsoring the proposed Pay Our Coast Guard Parity Act of 2019.
And it would make sure that the Coast Guard pay is immune to interruptions in the same capacity as other members of the armed services. It takes their paychecks, if you will, out of the range of the shutdown.
In the meanwhile, affected families are being made aware that they could be eligible for up to $5,000 from the state through the Connecticut Military Relief Fund.
And it's funded strictly through the generosity of the taxpayers of the state of Connecticut. Every year when you file your Connecticut income taxes, you have an option to donate part of your refund to the program, amongst others, and we've been very fortunate that the program has been very well funded over the years.
If approved, a check can be cut in several days, and they can keep applying for more, but still, there's instability.
It's ridiculous, and I wish that people could just come together and support, you know, the Coast Guard and get this figured out.
In New Haven, David McKay, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And here are 3 things to know about the U.S. Coast Guard. The Long Island sector patrols 450 miles of coastline from New York to Connecticut. Our state has 700 active duty and reserve members, and there are about 400 faculty and staff members at the Academy in New London.
And still ahead tonight at 6 o'clock, a brand new poll is digging deeper into just how everyday Americans really feel about the shutdown. Channel 3 Chief Capitol reporter Susan Raff will break down those new numbers. Well, we all dream about retirement, and a lot of factors go into it, of course. Financial security is certainly one of them. But what about where you live?
Well, the personal finance website Wallet Hub, have you heard of them, Mark?
From time to time.
Yes. Put together a list of the best and worst states in which to retire. And out of all 50 states, Connecticut comes in at number 38, right behind Tennessee and just ahead of Alabama. The worst state on the list? Well, that goes to Kentucky. While the best state to retire is, you guessed it, Florida. Any surprise there? Not really.
Well, Wallet Hub compared several different factors to come up with the list, including affordability and overall quality of life. For a closer look at the study and to see how Connecticut compares with every other state, you can go to the Channel 3 app.
Still ahead tonight, Roger is getting a taste of Middlesex County. Oh, Roger.
Yeah, Denise, you know, I am going to be balling on a budget this week. I can tell you that. Coming up, we're going to tell you how you can score some top-notch food for rock-bottom prices.
All right, Roger, thank you. And still ahead at 6, cutting down on youth homelessness. What the state is doing now to make sure young people in need have a roof over their heads.
Stories you won't see anywhere else, exclusively on Eyewitness News at 11.
Make your home improvement dreams a reality at the Hartford Home Show, Saturday, January 19th and Sunday, January 20th at the Excel Center, and enjoy free admission. Find a beautiful new kitchen or luxurious new bathroom. Whatever your dream, check out hundreds of fabulous home improvement companies to make it come true. Shop, compare, and save. For hours and directions to the Hartford Home Show, visit homeshowhartford.com.
One of the things that Dr. Fitchman had said during the consultation is that you won't feel uncomfortable at all during the procedure. And it's true, I did not. Prior to meeting him, I was very apprehensive about having anything done with my eyes. He made me feel at ease, and I was very much more relaxed when I came in to have it done because of meeting with him.
At the Fitchman Eye Center, you can clearly see the difference.
This is Julia. Instead of using her phone just to send a smiley face, she's also using it to make someone really smile. With Liberty Bank, she's sending money to a friend with just a tap. Thumbs up emoji, Jules. You found your confident place. Liberty Bank. This is Russell. Instead of using his phone to promote himself, now he's using it to protect himself because he's got the Liberty Bank Debit MasterCard with debit card controls. More ways to guard your card, Russ. You found your confident place. Liberty Bank.
Weather can change just like that. That's why the all-new Nissan Altima has all-wheel drive available for the first time ever. It's tech you can't get in a quarter Camry and can respond instantly to changing conditions by sending power to each wheel to help you stay in control. The all-new 2019 Nissan Altima. Impossibly smart.
Get a low $199 per month lease on the 2019 Altima or lease Sentra, just $129 per month.
Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Video doorbell, an autonomous vacuum. You got wireless security, a fridge with a touch screen. All the things are not sinking and the Wi-Fi is stinking. You got a smart house, but dumb internet.
Get the speed you need with Vantage by Frontier and get smart internet for your smart house.
You got a friend on the digital frontier.
This is Javier Colon, Season 1 winner of The Voice. You know, singing always came naturally to me, but when it came to losing weight, I definitely needed help. That's why I chose Dr. Eric Kusher and Compass Fat Loss.
Thanks, Hob. You know, it's tough losing weight on your own. So at Compass, we're with you every step of the way, helping you stay on track and getting healthy.
You sure are. And I'm here to tell you that the Compass program really works. I'm living proof, and I'm feeling the best I have in years.
You wanna be with Compass.
Jam should be part of your breakfast, not your commute. Be on time every time. Watch Pinpoint Traffic on Eyewitness News this morning.
Driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers. Time and Temperature is sponsored by Raymore and Flanagan. Find it, feel it, furnish it fast.
All right, temperatures this evening trend from the 30s into the 20s, and by early tomorrow morning, they'll bottom out in the, say, low and mid-teens inland, mid and upper teens along the 95 corridor. So for the bus stop tomorrow, certainly we'll need that winter coat, the gloves for sure, with those temperatures in the teens to start. Then by, let's say, lunch and recess, heading to the low and mid-20s, then topping out in the low and mid-30s by the ride home. Our dry, tranquil trend continues for a couple more days, but soon we trend rather active. Bruce will have the latest on a chance for a little snow before the week is up, then a bigger system for the upcoming weekend. That's ahead on Eyewitness News at 6.
All right, thank you, Mark. And happening right now, if you love gourmet meals and scoring a bargain, you should go to Middlesex County this week.
Yeah, I love that idea. Many of the best restaurants in Connecticut are all taking part in the Taste of Middlesex County. Channel 3's Roger Suzanne is joining us live. He's in downtown Middletown to explain how we can get some top-notch food at bargain basement prices. Hi, Roger.
Hey, Mark and Denise, and you know, this is an event that definitely lives up to the hype, and it was born 4 years ago as a way for local businesses to kind of attract some new business as well as to thank their regulars, but it has really become a way to just celebrate great food for terrific prices. My only piece of advice, make sure you come hungry. Foodies rejoice. Right now you can eat your way through Middlesex County without spending an arm and a leg. The Taste of Middlesex County runs from today through Sunday. The best part? 24 restaurants are participating.
Just a really great way for us to give back to the community.
Elisa Bramato, who owns Esca Restaurant and Wine Bar in Middletown, have participated in the Taste of Middlesex County every year since the event started in 2016. She says it's a win-win for everyone.
For those guests who normally don't dine out, it's a great way for them to come out and experience Esca and what we have to offer for a great price. And also for those customers who do frequent the restaurant often, it's a great way for us to say thank you to them. Just down the street from Esca, the owners of Amici Italian Grill are fired up too. John Varakis says the Taste of Middlesex County is perfectly timed for restaurants and customers.
A great week. A lot of people participate. You know, right after the holidays, people are looking for something a little bit more affordable. So it's a win-win for everybody.
All of the participating restaurants will offer 2 3-course fixed-price menus, one for $20.19 and another for $30.19. So if you're hungry this week, come to Middlesex County. You'll have plenty of delicious options.
It's just always been a great hit, and we're looking forward to another successful year.
Now, as we mentioned, 24 restaurants are participating, and one thing we want to stress, this is not just going on in Middletown, it is going on throughout Middlesex County, so you can find a full list of all of the restaurants that are taking part in this great event on the Channel 3 app, as well as WFSB.com. Reporting live in Middletown tonight, I'm Roger Suzanin, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Roger, thank you. So many great restaurants. Got to go check them out. That's our time at 5:30. I'll see you back here at 11 o'clock with Aaron and Bruce. The news at 6 starts right now.
Live from WFSB, Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 6.
Right now at 6 o'clock, clear, calm skies on this very cold night as we look at downtown Hartford from one of our iCams. This time lapse caught the sunset a little more than an hour ago. Good evening and thanks for joining us on this Monday night. I'm Dennis House.
And I'm Denise DeCenzo. We've been snowstorm free in the new year, but that could change over the coming days. We're talking about not 1, but 2 storms on the horizon.
Uh-oh.
Yes, our chief meteorologist, Bruce DePriest, is tracking the big changes that are coming our way. Bruce?
Well, you know, it's been quiet for so long. You know, things sooner or later have to change in the month of January, and we do have some changes coming our way. And you know what? We've only had 1/10 of an inch of snow so far this month through the first 14 days of January. And we're going to continue to stay quiet tonight, tomorrow, and for a couple more days. You can see early warning pinpoint Dopplers scanning the state dry. So the story for now is the cold weather. Warren is 22, Woken is 25, New Haven is 28, East Hartford is also 28 degrees, and not too much in the way of wind out there, which is good news. So we have a storm offshore. We had some morning clouds give way to abundant sunshine this afternoon. This little patch of clouds may impact parts of Connecticut over the coming hours, but for the most part, will stay mainly clear. So clear to partly cloudy skies this evening. Will drop to around 22 by 2 a.m. Inland dipping into the teens by morning, so when you step out the door in the morning, it's going to be really cold, but fortunately not that windy. And for the shoreline, 27 at 7 o'clock this evening, slowly dropping through the 20s right up through around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And even some shoreline communities could dip into the upper teens by morning. So storm number 1 comes in Thursday night and Friday. It's the weaker of the 2 storms. Will start out as snow Thursday night, and then there will be a wintry mix of snow and rain on Friday. That could have an impact on the Friday morning commute. That all comes to an end Friday afternoon. Storm number 2 arrives Saturday night. That snow could become heavy at times Saturday night into Sunday morning. And if the latest models are correct, that storm is going to come close enough to bring a wintry mix, perhaps an icy mix, and maybe even a change to rain in some parts of the state. And then it could end as snow late Sunday and Sunday night as the storm starts to pull away. Of course, this forecast is subject to a lot of change over the coming days, but we'll keep you posted because that storm has the chance of becoming really big. We'll talk about more in the quiet days ahead. And more on those two storms coming up in 10 minutes.
Bruce, thank you. It is now the longest government shutdown in American history, 24 days. And the impact is being felt all over.
Some airport workers are not getting paychecks now. Money for transportation projects is affected, and food stamp benefits are now in jeopardy.
A new poll by Quinnipiac University shows a majority of Americans want this shutdown to end.
Our chief Capitol reporter Susan Raff is here now with the latest. Susan?
Denise and Dennis, it seems the longer the government shutdown continues, the longer it takes for people to recoup from all of this. Many people want the government to reopen. This Q poll out today found when it comes to the president's demands to build a wall, most say it just doesn't justify a shutdown. It's already the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, but President Trump says it won't end until Congress agrees to build a border wall.
The government remains shut down for one reason and one reason only. The Democrats will not fund border security.
Democrats say the government will reopen as soon as the president stops insisting on $5.7 billion for a wall.
What we don't want to do is waste taxpayer money on a vanity project that's ineffective that the president said Mexico would pay for.
A new Quinnipiac University poll finds people have a lot to say about President Trump's demands for a wall. 59% do not think it is a good use of taxpayer dollars. 55% do not feel the wall will make the U.S. safer. And an overwhelming majority oppose shutting down the government. The shutdown's impact is increasingly being felt around the country, and not just by the 800,000 federal workers who have been furloughed or are working without pay. Long delays in security lines are being seen at some airports. On Monday, the Transportation Security Administration reported a spike in the number of screeners calling out sick, but the TSA says its security standards and procedures have not been compromised.
This poll very firmly tells us that the American public is very strongly against the wall, as they always have been. They're deeply disturbed by the fact that the government has been shut down because of it.
Unions that represent air traffic controllers and federal law enforcement officers are now calling for an end to the shutdown. They say it has created dangerous situations that could threaten public safety. Denise and Dennis, back to you.
Thank you, Susan. And we have the entire Quinnipiac University poll on the Channel 3 app. It is free to download, and you can view all 44 questions.
Team coverage continues now with an urgent message from federal workers to end the government shutdown or jeopardize national security. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Jennifer Lee is live at Bradley Airport. So, Jen, the shutdown has stopped some crucial training for air traffic control, we understand?
Yes, it has, Dennis. And just to give you an idea of the long-term ramifications we may see, staffing for air traffic controllers right now is at a 30-year low, and that's attributed to the last shutdown in 2013. Travelers can see the work being done without pay at security, but behind the scenes are 40 air traffic controllers at Bradley who are also working without pay.
Our prime concern is getting the government reopened, getting these employees back to work, and getting our paychecks for the work that we've already done.
Brian Krampavitis is with the National Air Traffic Controller Association. He and others representing federal workers at Bradley say public safety is a concern. Right now, about 3,000 aviation specialists are furloughed.
I know that a lot of the safety inspectors are currently not on the job. So we have people that aren't able to do the safety checks that we would normally do. We have people that are not able to do the ride-alongs with airlines.
Federal workers who just missed their first paycheck are seeking out second and third jobs to make ends meet.
We all have mortgages, we all have rent, we have bills that have to be paid. We all, have appliances that are broken. My washer actually just broke last week, and I don't know when I'm going to replace it.
Across the country, 14,000 air traffic controllers are still working without pay, and training future workers at the academy is at a standstill.
All that is shut down, and that stoppage of training is going to ripple for the next 1.5 to 2 years.
We asked, and sick calls don't seem to be an issue here at Bradley International Airport, but with understaffing and overworking, federal workers say that public safety with air travel is a real concern right now. Reporting live at Bradley International Airport, Jennifer Lee, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Jennifer, thank you. And for those working without pay or not getting paychecks in Connecticut, there is now some relief when it comes to paying the bills. Connecticut Water, Avon Water, and Heritage Village Water are all pledging to work with customers who are furloughed to maintain their water service until their paychecks start coming in again. The three companies provide service to 59 towns and more than 350,000 people.
Now an Eyewitness News gone in a matter of minutes.
If you mention Stratford, people from New York City would say, oh, the Shakespeare Theater.
Yes, a once famous theater closed for years goes up in flames. And now investigators in Stratford are trying to piece together what's left of the Shakespeare American Festival Theater. That's where we find Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief Matt McFarland live with the mobile newsroom with the latest today. Matt?
Well, Denise, investigators with the Fire Marshal's office, they wrapped up their work for the day shortly after 5, but you can still see they have the lights out here. Stratford police are still guarding the scene here as well. Now, State Police K-9 was brought in yesterday and today, walking the property. We're told it didn't come up with any hits for an accelerant, but they're also hoping to get the dog inside the rubble of the theater once it's safe to do so. Now, investigators are saying it's going to take time, but naturally, since the theater's been closed for many years, people have plenty of questions.
It was the landmark.
But now Stratford's iconic Shakespeare American Festival Theater is nothing more than a pile of charred and twisted metal.
It's heartbreaking. I remember going to the theater in grade school. There were concerts here in the college days.
Crews were called to the famous theater just before one Sunday morning. Built in the 1950s, Katharine Hepburn, James Earl Jones, and Christopher Plummer, along with countless others, once graced its stage. But it closed in the 80s, with the state taking over the land before turning it over to the town in 2005.
It's early in the investigation. This is a very complex fire because of the size of it.
Investigators tell us at this point they have nothing pointing to arson, but they say it's going to be a lengthy investigation. We're told public works crews were at the theater last week for a loose door. At the time, there were no signs of anyone inside. While the building had power, a security system, and heat, there are no cameras on the property.
There is a sprinkler system there. Whether or not it activated, I don't know that yet. We have to trace the lines back to the original source of the sprinkler system. That would help us in our investigation.
While it's been closed for years, for the past 5 summers, the Shakespeare Academy at Stratford has put on plays on the grounds. Now the backdrop will be gone, but they promise to be back. Quote, "We mourn for the theater because it was a gorgeous, communally meaningful monument, a space full of history and legend, and a proud, beautiful symbol of a legacy of art making in Stratford." News spread beyond Connecticut. Responding to a tweet from Broadway World, Tony winner and Hamilton creator Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote, "Heartbreaking, a feeling shared by many in town."
There was a lot of back and forth about what to do with the theater now. And to see it gone up in flames, it's a waste.
Now, when it comes to a cause, investigators are asking folks for patience. As for what's next for this land, well, that's going to be up to the residents and the council. But when the state turned it over to the town, the deed stated it must be used for open space and recreation or entertainment. And there is also one organization right here in town already that is using a GoFundMe page. They're saying they're trying to raise money to help rebuild this theater. We're live with the mobile newsroom in Stratford. Matt McFarland, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Matt, thank you. Still ahead, thousands of teenagers do not have a warm bed tonight. How a local organization is working to make sure fewer young people are homeless.
Plus, the fight for 15 is now a reality for tens of thousands of people in Connecticut. The 3 reasons Hartford Healthcare is raising their minimum wage when we come back.
What happens when you give a pocket knife to a 7-year-old?
Who wants to have fun?
A birthday memory.
They promised they'd be careful with it.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Right through the shoe.
The Neighborhood, new episode CBS tonight.
This is my friend. He's a legal genius.
In the first new bull of the year, how could this newlywed couple commit a crime on their honeymoon?
Someone is setting him up.
If it wasn't you, who was it?
New year, new Bull. CBS Tonight.
With more exclusive stories from Milford, Eyewitness News is everywhere.
Some of you are Honda owners and some of you are Toyota owners, right? Yep. Would you be surprised to hear that Honda is the most reliable car company?
Honda's reliable.
Well, it's actually not Honda.
Really?
Toyota. It's not Toyota either. Chevy. Based on a nationwide survey, Chevy is more reliable than Toyota and Honda. Wow.
Get $4,500 total cash allowance on select Equinox vehicles in stock when you finance.